What's the craziest scandal that happened at your school? Story 1. The principal, William Williams, got into a fight with the swim coach, Richard Richards. Huh, Willie and Dick. I hope whoever broke up the fight had a great name too. Story 2. We had a fake student enrolled at our school who had created this elaborate backstory of being a foreign student. It was later proven he was a grown adult and a wanted criminal. My cousin played basketball at a private school known for its high level of performance in the sport. There were several students who were in their 20s under false paperwork that the school had brought from the Caribbean and Africa to bolster their school's basketball program. There was even one working on the side sending money back to his 2 kids in Nigeria. If you're liking the video so far, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It goes a long way towards building my channel, and it only takes a second. Story 3. I had a friend that disappeared for years, then showed up and claimed he was actually from the UK, was 5 years older than he thought to be, and was part of a secret military plant to protect my school from possible terrorism in rural Texas. He kept it up and suddenly had amnesia. I never knew if it was legit. It obviously didn't seem to be, but it was super strange. Story 4. Our elementary computer lab teacher was arrested for embezzling funds out of fundraisers that the kids participated in. One of the fundraisers was just your typical, hey, we're raising money for your school. Sell enough stuff and you get a party bus and a pizza. It wouldn't be that infuriating if it stopped there. There was a girl in my grade who was diagnosed with brain cancer and leukemia at a young age, and battled it her whole life. During elementary school, we raised funds to take care of her treatments. The computer teacher was best friends with her. In fact, she was the only person the computer teacher remotely liked. And guess what? The computer teacher stole money from her fundraiser too. Story 5. A popular kid in my school faked his cancer diagnosis, even went as far as to shave his head and everything. His equally popular girlfriend floated the idea that the school should have a fundraiser for him, which they did. They raised nearly $12,000. The whole thing came crashing down when the school contacted his parents to give them the money, stating, "We hope it'll offset some of the costs for his treatment." To which his parents were not aware their son had any scheduled treatments, let alone cancer. The dude really thought the school was just going to let him walk home with $12,000. The school ended up refunding the money to everyone, which caused problems because the fundraiser wasn't handled very well to begin with. There was a lot of discrepancies over who donated however much. They changed the rules the following year, saying fundraisers could only be held for school events now. The boy who faked his diagnosis never came back to school, although he had to write out an apology that got sent home along with a letter with instructions on how to request a refund. His girlfriend still tried to convince people that he really had cancer and the school just didn't want to pay the money. A month later, he apparently left her for a girl at his new school, so she began telling everyone he lied about being sick, to which everyone was like, "Yeah, dummy, we know." Story 6. Within the first 3 years of its opening, it broke the district record for the largest cocaine bust in a high school for the whole county. We were officially the druggy school for years until our rival school broke the record with heroin. Story 7. An undercover agent posed as a high schooler and busted a bunch of suburban kids for minuscule amounts of weed after conducting a year-long operation. It ruined most of their futures. Then Rolling Stone did a cover story on it. Edit. GQ, not Rolling Stone. It's crazy how much trouble people still get into over possession of a plant. Story 8. There was a scandalous news story about how an art teacher allegedly made a girl pee in a bucket in the classroom storage room. What that news story failed to mention was that the school had recently implemented a new rule where during certain hours of the day, students in certain classes were not allowed to take bathroom breaks. This was one of those occasions, and I felt so bad for the teacher because she didn't want the girl to pee her pants in front of her classmates. Admin makes stupid/crazy rule. If the teacher doesn't enforce it, the teacher takes the fall. The teacher doesn't enforce it, the teacher also takes the fall. Admin, why does nobody want to teach anymore? This is so true. I have a teacher in the family, and they talk about how the bureaucracy protects shitty teachers and punishes the teachers that actually care. The list of things that teachers can be fired for in my district is obscenely long. It's really discouraging the more that you think about it. Story 9. A guy in high school got severely messed up on a variety of drugs while at school, and ended up puking on a couple of students during class, then passed out. Paramedics were called. He was out of school for a few days and then came back. The messed up thing about this is his only punishment was a 3-day suspension, which took place while he was recovering. His parents were very rich, and his mom headed up the school board, so yeah, go figure. The same year, there was a senior who got expelled for being drunk. The only reason he got caught is because he smelled like alcohol. Mind you, this guy had no prior history of being a troublemaker. The double standard pissed off students and parents alike. Nothing was done about it. Story 10. A football player made up a lie about the new young female teacher having sex with him. She was suspended for a month while an investigation occurred. He kept telling administrators and students that he had lied and that he was sorry. She eventually came back, and he was sent to alternative school for it. Story 11. The Banana Man Market. So, at my high school, there was this kid who dressed up in a banana costume and ran across the football field during the homecoming game. He was chased by teachers, coaches, tackled the whole 9 yards. After the stunt, he was suspended for the rest of the year and was going to be expelled. Enter the hashtag Free Banana Man movement. Students began running a black market that sold hashtag Free Banana Man t-shirts, and it became even crazier as the principal of the school banned the t-shirts. You'd think this would just kind of fizzle out after that, right? Wrong. The ban didn't just stop at the t-shirts. The absolutely batshit crazy principal extended the ban to the phrase Banana Man, the actual fruit itself, and the color yellow. No shit, she literally banned the whole color. This, of course, just made the student body declare an all-out war on the ban, and kids began to chant Free Banana Man during lunch blocks, which consisted of hundreds of students at a time. Dudes would come to school with only a yellow shirt on, get told to take it off, and then proceed to walk around shirtless. And kids with potassium shortages were forced to go to the nurse because they couldn't eat their bananas. This last item is what broke the banana stem, because the parents of those poor bananaless kids threatened lawsuits against the school. Within a week, the principal was politely asked to resign by the school board. Banana Man was freed with an official apology from the superintendent. The yellow market was legalized, and the student body enjoyed bananas for lunch as a show of solidarity with our hero. It was awesome. Story 12. Stepbrother and stepsister were banging each other. Also, we had a Japanese exchange student stay with a friend's family, and my friend tried relentlessly to sleep with her, but she was not interested in the slightest. He eventually gave up, and she finished the semester and went back home. A couple of months later, it was revealed that she had sex with his younger sister. Konichi, what? Story 13. A mom who was hurt that her daughter didn't make any of the Hall of Fame categories demanded that it be removed. Just in case, by Hall of Fame categories, I'm referring to most likely to be a millionaire, cutest couple, etc. They should have had a category for the person with the craziest mama. Story 14. Not really a scandal per se, but I'll never forget this. When I was a freshman in high school in the late 80s, we had a payphone in our cafeteria. Now remember, at the time, we didn't have any sort of caller ID or anything. A sophomore thought it would be funny to call the White House and threaten to kill President Reagan. 2 periods later, about 90 minutes, the FBI was at my school arresting him. I'm not sure how they figured out who called and from where, but they definitely did not find humor in his joke. This was a really fun video to make. Some of the stories were hilarious, and it's crazy how shitty the school system can be at times. It's mind-boggling to me how in the process of, quote, protecting students, teachers can be vilified so easily. It really is a guilty until proven innocent profession. They say high school never ends, and I guess that's true. But what do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Chino, signing off.